ElectraCast.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for January 14th, 2026.
Today, the Senate introduced 17 new bills, marking the start of legislative efforts across a wide range of policy areas that will be debated in the coming weeks. While these bills were not yet considered on the floor, their introduction sets the stage for future action affecting federal programs and public services nationwide. A major focus of the Senate's day was continued debate over the fiscal year 2026 Consolidated Appropriations Bill, H.R. 6938, which funds key areas including commerce, justice, science, energy and water, and interior and environment. Senators considered several amendments related to the bill's enactment date, though no final decisions were made. The Senate agreed to resume consideration the following day. These funding discussions directly affect federal agencies, research institutions, environmental programs, and communities dependent on stable government funding. The Senate also turned to U.S. foreign policy and military oversight by beginning consideration of S.J. Res. 98, a measure seeking to direct the removal of U.S. armed forces from hostilities involving Venezuela that have not been authorized by Congress. In a narrow 51-50 vote, with the Vice President breaking the tie, the Senate sustained a procedural point of order, effectively blocking the resolution from moving forward under expedited rules. This decision has implications for congressional war powers, U.S. military personnel, and diplomatic relations in the region. Beyond floor action, Senate committees held hearings on a wide array of issues. These included chemical abortion drugs, oversight of the Afghan parolee program, and support for small agricultural businesses, as well as efforts to combat international scams targeting seniors. Collectively, these hearings impacted patients, immigrants, farmers, older Americans, and multiple federal agencies. In the House of Representatives, lawmakers introduced 32 public bills and 6 resolutions, continuing legislative development on issues ranging from education to federal land management. The House's most significant action was the passage of H.R. 7006, a major fiscal year 2026 appropriations bill funding financial services, general government, national security, and the Department of State. The bill passed by a strong 341-79 vote, providing funding stability for federal operations, diplomats, and national security programs. The House also rejected 2 notable amendments, one that would have reduced funding for Washington, D.C.'s court system, and another that sought to eliminate funding for the National Endowment for Democracy. Their rejection preserved support for judicial operations and democracy promotion efforts abroad. Throughout the day, House committees held hearings examining artificial intelligence readiness, federal communications oversight, veterans' disability benefits, wildfire response, and foreign investment security, signaling Congress's continued focus on technology, national security, and public accountability. Those were the key activities of January 14th, 2026 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
It's me, Flo, the annoying clairvoyant from Ghost Hampton, the podcast. We had the time of our lives, or in my case, death, giving all our listeners the willies this summer. You missed Ghost Hampton? No, we can't allow that. Now, all episodes of Ghost Hampton are running on ElectraCast Media everywhere for free. Ghost Hampton, go there to be frightened, stay there to laugh.
ElectraCast.
Hey, I'm DC. I host a radio show on multiple genres. There's rock, there's metal, there is country, and I talk to the artists, and I take those interviews from the radio, and I put them into a podcast, which is called Behind the Rock with DC. Check it out, Behind the Rock with DC, a podcast that brings you a little bit closer to the bands, a little bit closer to the artists. Please subscribe to the podcast today.
ElectraCast.
ElectraCast.